idea 2 years ago is to make record the content of women who have followed their own path, irrespective whether they're married or not married,
Yeah.
and compile it together and see how it comes out. It's just people in my city, Indian women, and trust me, there are girls till date following their dreams. I have seen a girl. I have seen a woman. She must be 30 now. She's not married. She has a boutique of her own, and she comes from a very traditional family background. I don't
Yeah.
mean to point out or say anything bad about our traditions or our values, because it is what has have been coming many years.
Yeah.
So it took her a lot of strength to believe in what she can do. She is a graduate. She has done her MBA. She did a job, and then she's like, I'm not going to do any of this. I'm going to start a boutique with 5 lakh rupees. And
Yeah.
then she did it. Like within 1 year, it is one of the best boutiques in the city now.
Amazing. That's fantastic. And I
Exactly.
think what you said was really powerful about not dismissing our traditions and values, because there's a lot of strength in that. And you see a lot of Western countries turning to places like India and
Yeah,
China and Japan to get those Eastern ethics into
exactly.
their own selves, right? But the thing I wanted to talk
Exactly.
about in India is I do see a divide. Like in the cities, it's great. There's a lot more potential for women. But it's in the villages that really, it's like there's a lot of education that needs to be offered and made available. Because for them, there's women who believe that the way it is okay. Like they're actually being conditioned to believe that them you know they are like you see women, moms, grandmothers, aunts, when they have young women come into the house, you think they would change their mentality towards the girls, but they don't. It's the same thing. Okay, you have to learn to cook, clean, this, and then you have to get married off. We need whatever. You even at a generational level, you need to educate so that the next
Exactly.
generation has the opportunity in the villages. So I do notice that difference, hence why we're doing this work in the school. But yeah.
Yes.
And
Why is it that, yeah, please go
no,
ahead.
go ahead.
I've seen this a lot. If a girl follows her way, I don't mean to say her own path, but it's the way she is, doesn't explore anything. There were instances she's framed good, she is nice, at the same time she might be dumb. Or if she's following her own way and she's breaking stereotypes, she's rude. Why is a girl
Yeah,
either dumb or rude? There's nowhere in between.
it's interesting. Can I just making sure I understand what you said? Are you saying
Yeah.
like there are some girls who might not be ambitious, but
Yes,
they
exactly.
they are acceptable because they're not ambitious. They fit in. They're flexible. They're just good women because they just do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what we all imagine a woman to do. We have this preconceived notion of how a girl should be, a woman should be. She shouldn't be doing this, she shouldn't be doing that. And that's where a lot of miscommunication might happen, because I have noticed another point as well. Coming from the south of India, when I've come to the UK, I have been in arts from the time I was 14. Now I'm 22. I was into music, I was into film, I was into photography, trust me, I was into the same things you were in. There are people who didn't initially understand what I was doing. They were like, okay, fine, how is this going to fetch money?
Yeah.
How are you going to monetize on this? And being a young girl, it affected my self-confidence in a certain way. And
Mm-hmm.
these don't usually come under the traditional norms of a good girl. They might think that that girl is breaking the traditions. So I'd
Yes.
like to make note of an interesting point that it doesn't mean if a girl is doing all these things, it doesn't mean that she's breaking the tradition. It is just that she's doing what she loves to do. In India, I have observed this a lot. If she wants to do this or do that, it automatically comes in the category that she might be breaking the traditions. If she's going on her own way, the way she dresses, the way she looks, or the way she speaks and acts, it looks as though she seems rebellious or she is not following the traditions, but it is not true.
Yeah, I think it's what's interesting you say is tradition. They're breaking the tradition. I think it's the tradition is that the girl will either be the good Indian girl, you know, the thing that's been projected in the Bollywood movies, you know, the Savitri, the innocent, the virgin Indian girl, you know, the doesn't answer back, doesn't talk back. She's, you know, just agreeable, you know. So that seems to be what's been projected by Bollywood movie. It's not real.
Yeah.
It's just what's been projected. And so if you're not that way, then I totally get it. You are like, this girl, her parents haven't taught her properly, you know, like those kind of conversations come up. Like her parents haven't taught her anything. She's rude. But I think secretly there are people that respect women who do their own thing. And
exactly.
I think the upset from other people, or the talking when other people are like, look at her, what is she doing? You know, you're doing something that is not bringing money. I think secretly in them,
yeah,
I think it impacts them because they either haven't followed their own path.
Yeah.
So it, you know, it's a threat to them. Like you're a threat to them because they don't know how to be with you, because you are someone that follows your own path. You are strong, you know, and you have an opinion. And I think it's so important. Like, and when you're like that, I find they do want to shut you down very quickly because they don't understand that. They feel threatened.
Yeah.
They feel
They might
threatened by
feel
it.
insecure.
Yeah,
They might feel
totally.
insecure.
And you might, and they might feel jealous, like you're triggering for them what they're not doing, right? And a lot of the time, you might find that it might not even be the older generation. It might be coming from girls, your own generation, right?
Exactly. It's women tearing women down.
Yeah, totally. And it's girls who don't have enough self-belief and confidence in themselves to do what you're doing, and they're looking at you and they want to be like you. They want to be self-expressed. They want to have strong opinions. They want to follow their dreams, but either their environment doesn't support them at home, so they can't. So then they see you do it and they want to tear you down
like
because because they can't be like that. So a lot of the time it can come, and that's the hardest sometimes to deal with when it is women your own age, because we want to have a strong tribe. We want to have like
the good vibe.
Yeah, that's it. And I think that's the hardest when it is women your own age.
I feel that on a personal level, every girl has such sort of vibe, but it is because of the various factors which include family or school or her peer group. She might not be that expressive. For example, I know a cousin in my family who is a great dancer. She loves to dance, but she isn't giving that much amount of time she's supposed to give for something that she loves to do. That is something she loves to do. And on a personal level, it never really bothered me if I was into filmmaking or if I was into photography or music, or I just posted a picture that I was performing on stage 6 years ago. I found that picture and it brought back all the good. And then I realized that is where my strength lies. That is where that is who I am. That is where my happiness derived from all these years. So in the meanwhile, as you transform being a young girl, a teenager, to a woman in your 20s and into your 30s, it manifests into something. it doesn't usually affect that much for young girls, but once it reaches the age of 20 and above or 25 or above, you see the general norms of society being forced upon you. I think you
Yeah,
might relate to that. Do you
totally.
have
I remember when I was in my 20s, it was always about, oh, come and meet this guy. Come and meet this guy. Come and meet this guy. I'm, I'm too young to get married. I don't want to get married. I want to travel the world. I wanted to travel. I wanted to see different countries. I wanted to get to know myself first because I did a lot of meditation when I was younger. I did
wow.
I read a lot. I did my grandma was very religious, so I
Okay.
got into meditation, and so I kind of got an idea that I wanted to know myself before I got married, because sometimes you can get married and you can be it can be based on, look how handsome he is, or all of those sort of things, and then you realize you're not really compatible, right? So for me, I wanted to travel the world. I wanted to see different countries. I wanted to see different cultures. And so, but what I was getting from my family was like, meet this guy, meet this guy, meet this guy. And I thought, I don't want to get married just yet. And if I do, then I want that person to also travel. But the guys I was meeting were like, no, 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 I work 9 to 5. I travel 2 weeks in the year. You have to get married, buy a house, have a family. And I'm like, oh my God, this is not what I want, not right now anyway. So, so that was, sorry, can you ask me the question again? Because what was the question? About the pressures, right, in your
Yeah.
20s. Yeah, so I do get the pressures in your 20s, because you're encouraged to follow your dreams until you get to a certain age, and then at that age it's like, well, get married now, right? Clock is ticking, you want to have babies. But there is a change. Like, you see women getting married a lot later in life, even in the cities in India. I have friends in Mumbai, Delhi. They got married at 38, in their late 30s. And they're happy because they followed their career. They were in banking, and they became something of themselves. They wanted an identity that was their own, but they made that clear. So I think in your 20s, to your audience who are in your 20s and your 30s, what I would say is, spend time getting to know what you love. Find what
Exactly.
it is you love. Like, and the way to do that is reflect back on your childhood and look at what brought me joy, what lit me up. For some people,
Exactly.
for some women, it might be, you know, I loved it when I was fixing things. I loved it when I was, some women, I loved it when I was cooking. I was trying these different flavors, and I loved that. For some women, it might be,